Usually, there are blood vessels that carries blood to the brain, and these blood vessels used to carry oxygen and blood to the brain, which makes the brain functions. The blood vessels involves the arteries, and the arteries carries oxygen and blood, which is called the oxygenated blood, to the brain. And there are others that are called the veins, that they bring out deoxygenated blood. This is what usually happens when it comes to the brains and how blood flow. But there is a case now, and this case is what we call stroke. Do you know what happens when it comes about stroke? Now let me give you an example. The arteries are just like pipe, these normal pipes that we know. The blood and the oxygen flow from this part to this other part, leading to the brain. And the brain, there are a lot of cells that are in the brain, and the blood and the oxygen flow freely from a normal, good and healthy arteries to the brain, which now causes the movement, the speech, the feelings and other functions that usually happens in the human body. If these arteries does all this wonderful work, why do people come up with stroke? Now let me tell you why people come up with stroke. This arteries now that carries blood and also oxygen to the brain, if this arteries is blocked by a clot can actually be fat depositions, like you are an obese person, you have a lot of bad cholesterol in your body, that can cause clots or fatty deposits in the arteries. Now let me say there is a substance inside that is blocking this part, and the blood and oxygen want to flow from this part to this other part, leading to the brain. You will see that there will be an obstruction. The blood and the oxygen cannot flow freely to this other part that is leading to the brain. That is the obstruction. And now also, if this is ruptured, you will see that the movement of blood and oxygen from here to other parts of the brain will be terminated. That is to say, there is no blood and there is no oxygen that is entering the brain, and the brain cannot function. And also, if this pipe, this arteries is weakened due to one or two habits that you exhibit, like smoking, alcohol and the others, makes this artery to be weakened. This artery is very weak. Do you know that there cannot be easy passage of blood and also oxygen from this artery to the brain? That is what happens when there is a shortage of blood passing through these arteries to your brain. And when these nerve cells die immediately, strokes comes about. That is when people comes about with stroke. Therefore, when blood and oxygen cannot flow through the arteries freely to the brain cells will die, and depending on the cells that are dead, then the part of the body that is involved will now become paralyzed, leading to stroke. Like let me say the brain cells that are involved in movement of the arms, that brain cells die, you will see that that part of the arm will become paralyzed. And when you raise up the person's hand, the person cannot move itself again. That is to say that that part of the cell in the brain is dead. So that part of the body of the person is paralyzed, or let me say is dead as well. But this can be managed and this can be overcome if we know the signs and symptoms of stroke early, and we take the person very fast to the hospital. I would like you to know that there is also what we call TIA, which is called transient ischemic attack. It is also called mini stroke. This occurs when a clot blocks the arteries that send blood and oxygen to the brain. It happens for a short period of time. After when the clot has been relieved, then blood and oxygen can now pass to the brain. Damaged cells in the brain will now revive back. That is what usually happen. But I don't want you to overlook this mini stroke. Also, when you see that someone has come up with this attack, I would like you to rush the person quickly to the hospital for proper medical care. We need to do things that will favor these arteries so that these arteries will not block, the won't get weakened or get injured, because the brain cells need enough blood to get to it, and when those things happen, it means enough blood is not getting to the brain cells. So that is what comes about the stroke. But a lot of persons these days are coming up with stroke, and that is the reason why I'm sharing these ideas with you. I am Pharmacist God's Gift, and on this my channel I talk on health matters, and also I give information on drugs for minor ailments. If this is your first time on my channel, you are highly welcome. Wow, thanks for stopping by. And if you're a returning viewer, I say I love you. Thank you for stopping by, and please keep coming back for more. And if this is the type of content, health content, are the type of contents that you like and you want to watch, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and also turn on the notification bell, so you'll be the first person to have that crinkling notification to show that Pharmacist God's Gift have uploaded a new video that you need to go check it out and get very good information about your health.